use a word for long till you forget it.
I know that feeling. My vocabulary is.
Well, I know you can find empties out right there close to Cherokee Landing.
Yeah,
Just above Cherokee Landing. Where you can find empties out.
well, it was just, I think, below Cherokee Landing where that place was.
I'm getting to tell about the ships, you know, that were out there during the Depression, how Mama worked, and how the toilet paper was and everything. Tell about all that. Tell
All right.
about that.
Well, I just previewed what we've got right now, and what I'm doing, I'm just kind of busting it up in sections. That way, it's not one 6-hour
Yeah.
film or anything. And what we've got right now, I can hear everybody and hear Tim very clearly, you very clearly, everything. It looks really good. So, oh, that's good. All right.
Ask her about all that though, because Mama worked.
Okay, well, y'all help me. I mean, you
My mom worked
chime in.
well.
Didn't she help with the war efforts?
Yeah, let
Doing
me
stuff?
hang on before you start
Yes,
getting.
she did. I
Hang,
heard.
hang on before we get into, before y'all start getting into, let me get this thing going again. Because,
Well, that's back when they was building the Liberty ships down here at the fort.
Yeah, at the shipyard.
All them
Yeah.
ships that sat out there for years and years.
Yeah.
But I thought, Mom told me, or some of y'all did, about her helping. They went and did stuff, something to do with it. But I don't remember what they were.
No, that's when I was in that grammar school.
I know, but they were doing something to help with the war efforts, but I can't remember what they did.
And that's where all these houses came from.
Yeah.
They built them for all them shipyard workers.
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
I remember
when
y'all-
they were building the Liberty ships.
I remember y'all talking about that. You
Yeah,
telling me
yeah,
about
there
the
was a
toilet
half a
paper
dozen
and
or
stuff.
more of 'em
Yeah,
stayed
no,
down there
well, the
for
toilet
years and
paper.
years and
Okay,
years.
we're gonna go ahead and get started with part 2 here. We've been sitting around, my brother, sister, everybody talking about the war effort, the Liberty ships, and whatever part my grandmother and different ones played in it. And also, now we'll go into that. My sister's really trying to prod my mom into telling about apparently the toilet paper was an issue or something like that.
Well, during the war, the toilet paper we got, you had to pick the splinters out of it before you could use it.
So apparently Charmin wasn't
No, that wasn't
Wasn't a
a
household
household
name.
word.
squeezably soft. Squeeze the splinters out of your ass.
Yeah. Yeah, you have to sit there and pick the splinters out of the toilet paper before you can use it.
So before there were cell phones to sit on the toilet and play with, you got to pick the splinters out of the toilet paper.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that was-
That could be the corn cob.
yeah, better than a corn cob. All right, and then again in this area, Sharon, she brought up about the Liberty ships,
Yeah, that were built at the shipyard.
and that was during the war. You were born in 34, so you were really young at that age.
I was about 6 when the war started,
Okay, all right.
and I know we gathered up metal chains and any other kind of metal we could find and all, and we'd take it to school and we'd get a stripe for each so much we took. And Don got a bail bond, not a bail bond, but
Might have needed a bell one at times.
Saving the bond.
yeah,
A
savings bond.
U.S. savings bond.
Each payday.
And just for the posterity of it and all, my granddad, her dad, Don, I think he was more or less known as the Lynn Haven town drunk, or
Yeah.
he apparently liked to party like the rest of us did. So.
And cursed a lot.
But then in the later days, he wound up, he'd stopped drinking and became a bartender. So I'm
Yeah.
wrong. I
Tell
don't know.
about when he almost died, when he almost drowned.
When what?
When he almost drowned.
Oh, yeah. I think that contributed to his sobriety. He got hit by a car on Harrison Avenue first, then he fell overboard at Tarpon Dock and just about drowned. And after that, he stopped drinking.
It's one of those life-changing
Hell, he
moments.
got snake bit one time too, didn't he?
Yeah,
That
she
was
was
right
telling
out.
about the snake bite and all that.
And his
was.
cat that come and found him or something?
Oh, that's one time whenever he used to go hunting a lot. He had 3 guns that hung over my bed. And, he took one of his guns, rifles, and, yeah, and got the dog and went out. Well, I had this yellow tomcat that liked to follow him, but we kept him in until Don got on down in the woods because he said that the cat scared the squirrels away. And anyway, Don got to drinking, and he went by Mr. Span's house, and of course they had to have a few between them. And then he went on down in the woods, and I guess decided to take a nap. Anyway, he lay down by a tree. Woke up the next morning, couldn't find his gun, his wallet. He looked and he come on home and asked Mother if he'd left him at the house. She, of course, told him no. So he went back to Mr. Span to see if he had him when he was there, and he didn't. So he was walking back through the woods and he heard meow, meow. And it was that cat he had found him, and he was sitting on his wallet with his tail curled around his gun barrel.
So the cat found the wallet and gun and
Yeah.
all that.
He's protecting it.
He knew they were his.
And sounded the alarm.
What about when you had to pull him out of the fire?
Oh, God. I won't tell that.
Tell that.
It's all between. This is something the grandkids all need to. Everybody needs to hear about.
Well, I wasn't but about 6 or 7 when he came in drunk and fell in the fire, and I pulled him out in the fireplace.
So we all all of our partying and hell raising that all the kids do
Comes natural.
comes honestly. Okay.
Yeah, because Don was a drunk, and all 3 of Mother's brothers were drunks. So it runs in the family on both sides.
And now that Karen started the DNA testing and all, we can't blame it on the allergy to fire water any longer since we found out that we're no longer the Indian princess offspring or whatever. So, well,
Yeah.
I guess maybe it's the Irish blood in us.
Granddaddy Kramer
You
was
told that.
German, but where he came from, I do not know what his origin is.
And who was the Irishman?
Grandmom's daddy.
He was full-blooded Irish.
Okay.
His name was Matthews, and he was from Ireland.
Okay.
And he married who?
Huh?
Who'd he marry?
I can't remember her name, Sampler or something like that. Was her last name.
Who was it? It was supposed to be the Indian princess or something.
Somebody back in Grandmom's grandmother or somebody was supposed to have been an Indian princess. But I think what it was, somewhere in Grandmom's background is Indian, because one of the scouts for one of the generals that
Andrew Jackson or
that invaded the South during the Civil War. He was supposedly a ancestor or something.
But
One
then
of the
Don,
scouts for him.
who was it in Don's family? Who was
Nobody.
raised on the Indian reservation.
He wasn't raised on it. He went to school at Little River Academy. Granddaddy Bird did. And,
Oh, so it wasn't Don, it was Granddaddy Bird.
yeah, he
Oh.
went to school at the Little River Academy,
Okay,
which was an Indian school. I don't know why he went to school there unless it was near
the
something.
only, and that is in North Carolina?
Yeah,
Okay,
'cause
so
he-
they were originally in North
because he went to
Carolina?
William and Mary College.
Okay,
And he had a brother or something that was a drunk and was rich and stuff.
Who, Don?
No, the
No,
one you're
Granddaddy-
talking about.
Granddaddy
Oh,
Bird's.
Granddaddy.
'Cause you told me about somebody, they were rich and they were drunk and lost all their money or
Oh,
something.
that was Granddaddy. He was the baby of the family who was married, born late in his parents' life, and they left him the house and everything, and he said he lost it gambling.
now the house and all, because they migrated down from the Carolinas, if I'm correct, and moved out to West Bay, out in that area.
They moved to Chipley first, and then
Okay.
to Crooked Creek.
Oh, okay, so they were at Crooked Creek.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's why they were in the turpentine business up in
Yeah,
that area.
he operated the turpentine still for Mr. Joe Williams.
Okay, and then on the other side of the family, Granddad Creamer and they all came from up in West Virginia.
No, I don't know where Granddaddy Creamer came from. Grandmom was raised up here at Orange Hill. Is that what it is, Timmy? He's gone.
No, he's
I don't know.
he's back in the shadows.
Orange something up the road here. Anyway, that's where Grandmom was born and raised,
I'm sure you could look that up.
yeah.
and it's just a little ways up before you get to the line. But I never knew where Granddaddy Creamer came from.
For some reason, it seems like my mom told me they were from West Virginia.
Might have been. I don't know.
It seems like whenever I was talking to her, she mentioned them coming down from West Virginia.
Well, I know
So
that Granddaddy Bird was from North Carolina, and my grandmother was from South Carolina.
okay.
They were Grants,
Okay.
was their last name.
Do you know what area of
No, I don't.
Hmm.
Sure don't. I don't know if Granddaddy just married her on the way on the road down here or what.
Let's grab something. Let's go.
Her name was Minerva.
Alright, and then again, getting back into World War II, Tyndall being built. Tyndall was built right at the beginning of World War
Yeah.
II?
Yeah.
Okay, so was it a training base?
Yeah, it was.
Okay,
It's Tyndall Field.
Tyndall
Yeah.
Field.
Yeah, they had planes out there. I remember the first jets were T-33s, which are training.
Well, that's what the old airport is, was originally Fannin
Yeah,
Field.
Fannin Field.
And who was the family that they took the land from at Tyndall? You
I
were
can't
telling me
remember
that
their
this
names.
morning.
There was 2 or 3 families out there at Tyndall that they
They have
took
a
their
cemetery
land
out there still.
bought it or something, but I went to school with a couple of the girls that lived over there, because one of them's house was there at Bonita Bay, and it was a base commander's house to begin with. They used it with the base commander's house.
And then tell them about the movie star that lived in Lynn
And yeah, Clark Gable was stationed out there for a while,
Haven.
and he lived in Lynn Haven,
Mhm.
where Po Folks is now.
Mhm.
Huh.
Across the street,
Across the street from Po
Yeah.
Folks.
Yeah.
It-
where that
now there's one of the houses.
that
at
seafood
Grandad.
place there right now that used to be Texaco Station years
That was
ago.
Joe's Texaco, Hall's Texaco.
Yeah, George Hall.
I was always told it was that house where Popo.
Yeah.
No, it's right next to that seafood place. It's that 2-story place, and it was upstairs apartments where he lived at.
Yeah, I remember the upstairs. I
Because-
remember those apartments and all you're talking about.
I heard that straight from the owner of the building.
Well, he
Because
lied to
whenever,
me.
no, when locks code,
He did, he lied because those apartments weren't built back then.
that's old ass damn cinder block, Mama.
They weren't
Ma-
built back
Mama's
then.
got just a few years,
I know.
so she
I was
has the
always
she
told-
has the power to
The
trump you.
Andersons
Trump you
lived
were
there.
historical.
The Andersons lived there, were in that house next to them apartments.
I was always told it was that house where Popo's
Yeah.
was.
Now, Pofolk, are you talking about?
When you come over Bailey
Yeah,
Bridge.
are you talking about the structure of Pofolks?
No, that house, it is.
That's
was
what
the
I'm
house.
saying.
Mhm.
Pofolks originally was a big house.
Yeah,
It is, it still is.
Yeah, I understand that. I'm just saying, Pofolks is the house, not
Yes.
okay.
And that's
okay,
what I
wasn't-
was always told growing up, it was
Okay,
that house.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, all right, huh, all right, neat.
yeah.
All right, I'm trying to think of any other historical stuff before you and Daddy met. Going up, school and events around the area, what it was like in the area, how Panama City. You went to Bay High. They had the Martin Theater down there. Did you live? You were living in Lynn Haven at that time. Is that correct?
When I was going to high school, I was.
Okay.
Now, when we lived in Parker, every Saturday we went to the Martin Theater and saw Roy Rogers or Gene Autry or Hopalong Cassidy.
For how much?
Then we'd stop at the Bay Theater in Springfield and see a movie there on the way home.
So there was another theater in Springfield.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, the Panama Theater was down on Main Street.
Oh, are you talking about where around the corner from the Martin Theater?
Yeah.
Okay, so that I believe was what we called the commercial. It was a commercial theater at one time. Commercial cinema or something
Panama
like that.
Theater's all I remember.
Okay.
That's where I went to see my first movie. My daddy took me to see Trail of the Lonesome Pine.
They had two
Stop.
drive-ins in town too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Isle View and
Isle
Golf.
View.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this one over here, what was the name of it?
Oh, there was one over in St. Andrews on this side of town.
There was one,
Because there was the Golf, which is right there at Harrison and
yeah,
231, and the Isle View
Isle View
over.
out in Springfield, and then there was the one up around where CVS is now.
Huh. Where Kmart in that area?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
I can't remember the name of it. Shoot. You should have called me earlier, Paul, whenever I had a good memory.
It'll come back to you in the middle of the night.
Yeah, I know it. That's the
Uh,
problem with it. But, we used to go to the movie in, Lynn Haven. This man showed a movie in the community building, and it was always a silent movie.
And is that where Kitty Lloyd's is? No, okay.
No, it's gone now.
Okay.
It's where, it was along there where a bank is or was or
Okay.
something.
Yeah, that caddy corner from Kitty Lloyd's place is where the old bank was at.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the old bank building.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's been a Regions Bank there, I think, in the last few years. I don't know if it is still now or not, but for a while it was.
Yeah.
Right along there where the community building was.
Now, Grant and Jerry, growing up with the two of them, of course, there were a lot of annex and everything with them. Is there anything you want to throw in? I remember, I think they were talking about being given a quarter or something like that to go see a movie, get a drink, popcorn, or whatever. is that something all three of you kids that y'all?
That's something your daddy told.
Oh, okay.
That well, his daddy worked at the shipyard, which Granddaddy Creamer did too, and nearly Don did too for a while when they were building the ships.
So you're talking about Granddaddy Pitts
Yeah,
worked out, okay.
yeah. And Tim, they lived in Bonifay, and Tim did most of the farm work. Then on Saturday he'd get a quarter and go to the movie and get him
Oh,
a Coke, a drink, and a candy bar or
Moon,
something.
moon pie, or, I can't remember
Yeah.
what it was. Yeah, okay.
But, Jerry and Grant were born in Parker, but they grew up mostly in Lynn Haven.
Yeah.
How much did it cost to go to the movie?
Must have been a dime, or maybe a nickel or something. They weren't expensive back then.
Yeah, it's gone up just a little bit now. It's about $14 a seat
Yeah.
now, so, life changes.
But we'd go to the Martin Theater every Saturday, and then go eat dinner at the Marie Hotel.
Well, sound like y'all were pretty well off.
When Don was working at the paper mill during the war, they had to pay him in 2 checks because he made so much.
Wow.
And y'all had people that lived with y'all too, didn't you?
Yeah,
That rented.
the O'Connors
Boarders.
boarded with us, Sergeant O'Connor and his wife. She worked at Tyndall, and he was in the Army, and whatever Army, I guess.
Probably Army Air Corps back
Tyndall was
then.
the Army Air Force base
Yeah.
before it became Air Force base.
Yeah.
And
That's when it was Tyndall Field.
Yeah.
It was Army Air Corps.
All right. Well, I'm gonna pause these again real quick, and then if you're not too tired, I'll go into when you and Daddy met and life overseas and all that fun stuff.
okay.
Is that good? All right.
Yeah.
Pause this one. Okay. I'll let you collect all your thoughts on that.
Let me just smoke a cigarette.